In this exercise, we'll use the arrow tool to create unattached arrows. We more often see arrows attached to dimensions and labels. There are times, however, when we need to create arrows that are not directly attached to other entities. We'll start with a simple drawing that looks like this, and then we'll remove the dimensions from the display. We'll click on the arrow icon. 4 options will appear on the conversation bar. We'll select the endpoints option, and using the cursor option, we'll click on 2 spots on the screen. We'll get an arrow that connects the first pick to the second pick. We'll use the endpoints option again. We'll select 4 random positions that are not in a straight line. This will give us a jogged arrow. If we had used the string option to pick these points, we have gotten a string of arrows instead. Using the parallel and perpendicular options will allow us to create arrows parallel to and perpendicular to lines on the drawing. So let's work with an actual file. We'll open up sample file KCV drawing 10.ckd. Let's remove level 5 from the display. Then we'll click on the arrow icon. We'll select the endpoints option on the conversation bar. Using cursor, we'll click at 2 positions and done, and we'll get an arrow. Let's use the endpoints option again and click on 4 positions that are not in a line. Click on done, and we'll get a jogged arrow. Let's click on the arrow icon again. We're going to use string. Click on 4 positions that are not in a line, and we'll get a string of arrows. We'll click on the arrow icon again. We'll click on parallel, click on this line, and then a little bit off of it, and we'll get an arrow that's parallel to that line. And now we'll click on the arrow icon one more time. We'll click on perpendicular, pick a line, pick a little off it, and we get an arrow that points perpendicular to the line. So let's recap. In this exercise, we use the arrow tool to create unattached arrows. We more often see arrows attached to dimensions and labels. But there are times, however, when we need to create arrows that are not directly attached to other entities. We started with a simple drawing that looked like this, and we removed the dimensions from the display. We clicked on the arrow icon, and 4 options appeared on the conversation bar. We selected the endpoints option, and using the cursor option, we selected 2 points on the screen, and this created an arrow that went from the first pick to the second pick. We used the endpoints option again. This time we selected 4 random positions that were not in a straight line. This gave us a jogged arrow. If we had used the string option and picked these points, we would have gotten a string of arrows. Using the parallel and perpendicular options, we created arrows parallel to and perpendicular to lines on the drawing.